The world just got a little smaller and a lot more complex. Today, December 12, 2025, a freight train loaded with Iranian crude oil is crossing Central Asia, bound for Xinjiang, China. This isn't just any train, it's the first of many, marking the opening of a new Silk Road, steel rails connecting the Middle East's energy to China's industry. This land route bypasses oceans, pirates, and classic geopolitical choke points. It's a quiet revolution on iron tracks. For decades, China's energy security depended on the narrow Malacca Strait. Now, with this rail line, China gains a land-based alternative it can better control and secure. This project, part of the Belt and Road Initiative, is the result of years of planning, billions in investment, and a deepening partnership with Iran. The implications are staggering. The flow of oil, the lifeblood of the global economy, is being rerouted. This shift will create new winners and losers, challenging traditional naval powers and elevating Central Asian nations. The train rolling through the desert today carries more than oil. It carries the seeds of a new geopolitical landscape. The old maps of global trade are being redrawn before our eyes. For most people, this might seem distant, but the ripples will reach every shore. The cost of goods, the price of fuel, and the balance of power between nations are all tied to this new reality. The China-Iran rail route isn't just for economists or political scientists. It's about the future of globalization itself. It forces us to ask, who sets the rules of the road, or now, the railroad? The journey of this first train is a journey we all need to watch closely. The world is changing, and this train is leading the way.
To grasp the railway's significance, you need to understand the Malacca Strait. For centuries, this narrow waterway has been a superhighway for global trade, from ancient spices to today's oil. For China, it's long been a strategic vulnerability. Over 80% of its imported oil passed through this single choke point. Any conflict or blockade here could cripple China's economy. The strait's history is filled with pirates, empires, and naval power struggles. In modern times, it's also a hotspot for piracy and terrorism. The new China-Iran rail route is a direct answer to this centuries-old dilemma, a land-based solution to a maritime problem. It's China's declaration of independence from a historical constraint.
Today's launch is the result of a decade of relentless work. The China-Iran rail route is a network spanning Iran, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and into China's Xinjiang. Thousands of miles of track cross deserts and mountains, a modern engineering marvel. The new route cuts transport time from 40-45 days by sea to just 15-20 days by rail. Initial capacity, 1 million barrels of oil per day, with plans to double. This project is the most tangible outcome of the China-Iran strategic partnership, binding their economies outside Western-dominated systems. Overcoming logistical and political hurdles, China's determination pushed the project forward. The train is now on the tracks, and it's not stopping.
The economic impact of this rail corridor will be felt far beyond China and Iran. It challenges the maritime-centric global economy, offering a faster, cheaper land route for oil and other goods. Central Asian nations, once on the periphery, now become critical trade hubs, gaining billions in transit fees and investment. New logistics hubs and jobs will spring up along the line, driving regional growth. But countries reliant on the Malacca Strait, like Singapore and Malaysia, face new challenges as trade shifts inland. The corridor will also accelerate the use of the Chinese yuan in international trade, chipping away at the dollar's dominance. Every barrel of oil traded in yuan is a step toward a new financial order. The economic earthquake is about both goods and the currency they're traded in.
This railway isn't just about economics, it's a masterstroke on the geopolitical chessboard. By bypassing US naval power, China gains strategic autonomy and reduces American leverage. In a crisis, the threat of a Malacca Strait blockade is far less potent. The project cements a powerful China-Iran alliance, challenging US influence from the Persian Gulf to the Pacific. For Iran, the railway is a lifeline, integrating it with the world's largest energy consumer and weakening US sanctions. Russia, long dominant in Central Asia, now faces a rising China in its backyard and must balance cooperation with competition. For India, the corridor strengthens its rivals and deepens China's reach into the region. In Washington, this is a direct challenge to the post-Cold War order built on American maritime dominance. The rise of a continental power bloc means old strategies of containment and sanctions may no longer work. The game has changed. The US needs a new playbook. The world's power map is being redrawn, one railway sleeper at a time. The stakes are high, and every major power is recalculating. The next moves will shape the century.
To understand the impact, I spoke with several experts. Dr. Arash Kamali, an energy economist in Tehran, called the railway a game-changer for Iran, finally providing a secure, reliable export route and economic stability. Dr. Evelyn Reed, a U.S. maritime security analyst, cautioned that while the railway is significant, it won't replace sea lanes entirely. Its real impact is political, not logistical. Timur Bekjanov, a logistics manager in Kazakhstan, described a boom: new warehouses, streamlined customs, and international firms arriving. For the first time, being landlocked is an advantage. Central Asia is now a bridge between East and West. But there are growing pains, the need for trained personnel, better digital systems, and smoother borders. A senior fellow at a Singapore think tank warned that this is a structural shift. Singapore must innovate and diversify to stay relevant. The China-Iran rail route and other BRI projects are building a new, Sino-centric trade network. The era of relying solely on geography is ending. Adaptation is essential for survival. The world's trade map is being rewritten, and everyone must find their place. The message from experts, opportunity, and disruption go hand in hand. The future belongs to those who adapt.
The environmental story of the China-Iran rail route is a classic trade-off. Rail is more fuel efficient and emits less carbon per ton-mile than shipping, potentially reducing the carbon footprint of energy transport. But building thousands of miles of railway through sensitive ecosystems has a massive environmental cost. Fragmented habitats, disrupted water sources, and huge construction emissions. The railway's main purpose is to move fossil fuels, locking in a high-carbon relationship for decades. While transport may be greener, the cargo drives climate change. The project highlights the dilemma balancing economic development and energy security with environmental sustainability. The real test is whether efficiency gains will be used to invest in a green transition. For now, the Iron Silk Road is paved with good intentions and tough compromises. Beyond geopolitics, the railway is transforming lives across Central Asia. In towns like Aktau and Sarax, new jobs and industries are emerging, offering hope to young people. But rapid development brings social costs, rising land prices, inequality, and tension between newcomers and locals. Traditional ways of life are disrupted. Herders see grazing lands cut in half, and communities face new security challenges. The railway also creates opportunities for smuggling and illicit trade, straining local law enforcement. The human story is one of opportunity and displacement, connection and disruption. The project's true success will depend on whether it brings inclusive, sustainable development to those along its path. The Iron Artery is reshaping not just economies, but societies.
The first train has left the station, and the world is changing. The China-Iran rail route signals a new era, new corridors of power, new alliances, new rules. Policymakers must adapt, moving beyond old tools of containment and sanctions. The smarter strategy is to engage, invest in competitive infrastructure, and build connections on shared rules and respect. For businesses, the message is clear. Global trade is being redrawn. Agility and foresight are essential. For everyone, this isn't a distant story. It affects fuel prices, security, and the world our children inherit. The first step is to pay attention and ask, how can we ensure this new era promotes peace and prosperity? The conversation starts now. Share your thoughts below.